People drink for money, people drink for fame. We both dreaming, baby, we don't dream the same. See, it got a purpose, it's more than a plan. Cross troubled waters, in a way I can. Times I had my doubts, some days I didn't know. My mind is better now, my faith don't know what love. What you living for? What you living for? What you living for? What you living for? They say you're nothing, so just throw it all away. You know the enemy has nothing good to say. Let's be iconic, let's defeat the odds today. Until they know our name, until they know our name. 'Cause we are the warriors tonight. We are the warriors. Don't let them take away your pride. We are warriors. Freedom, baby. We can't run away. We won't be retreating. Hey y'all, man, I love that song. Warriors. Yes, ladies, we are warriors. Yes, Lord, we are warriors. So, hi everyone, I'm Jazz, back doing my third video for my video blog. Last week I came to you guys talking about who am I? Who are you? Who are we as women? And how it's time for us to start digging deep down within and finding who God has created us to truly be. And I hope you ladies were able to have time to yourselves and, you know, writing your journal, some things that you came up with. You know, I talked a little bit about, you know, about hiding behind our marriages, our relationships, and being moms. Yes, God has created us to be all those lovely, beautiful things, but there is more to us than those things. So I hope you ladies were able to have some time to yourselves, you know, and just dig deep down within, you know. So today I'm going to be talking about being in my singleness and just, you know, relationships that aren't healthy for us, and just how it's okay to be single and just walk away from those things, because our peace and our joy and our happiness is worth more than the late night cries, than having to send 50 million text messages or call 50 million times, or, you know, we are worth more than that. And so I'm here today, ladies, to tell you guys, it is all right to be single. It is all right to be alone and to yourselves. I am telling you, it's probably the best thing that you can honestly ever do, because being in your singleness gives you time to yourself. You know, you have time to yourself while being in a relationship, but you don't fully give yourself the 100% you can while being single, because in a relationship you're focused on that relationship and that person. You don't, you know, you're not fully giving yourself 100%. And so I've been single for quite some time now, and I've also been celibate as well. And I have found myself to have more of a clear mind and a better understanding of things. God has, you know, been able to, you know, show me things that I didn't see before, and help me to understand these things that I didn't understand before. And that's just from, you know, becoming pure and just growing closer to Him, you guys. And so I just want to tell you, it's all right. It's all right on a Saturday night to be sitting in the house watching Netflix, chilling, you know, and just to yourself, and just having time to yourself, and just, you know, spending more time with God. You know, when the world portrays being single as such a negative thing, and, you know, making you see like, oh, you need to have a relationship or you need to be with somebody. But it's time to stop going by the ways of the world, because that does nothing but keep your mind going, and keeps, you know, keep you thinking, oh, you gotta look like this, or you gotta look like that, or do this or do that, you know, to be accepted by man or to be in a relationship. And it's not true. The only opinion that matters is the opinion of God. The only, we should only care about how we are seen in his eyes and not how we're seen in this man's eyes, or we're seen by by the ways of the world. None of that should matter. And so, like, I sit home. I'm here on the weekends, Saturday night, me and Sophia home, chilling, watching TV, watching Netflix, Trolls, whatever, whatever she wants to watch on TV, and I'm home doing that and being in my word and praying and just, listening to my inspirational music, doing whatever I need to do to, get closer to God and just to, feel his presence and know that the way that he has me on is worth it. And I just have to trust and believe and have faith in him. And ladies, I want you guys to do the same thing. Just trust and be patient and believe that God is going to do what he has promised you. Yeah, you may have those, those nights where, you want to text this person or whatever, just because you're feeling lonely and you're feeling alone. But we're physically, you may physically be alone, but there's always one man that is there and that is waiting for us to seek after him and just come to him and pray to him and let him know what it is we want. God knows our heart's desires and he wants to fulfill those heart desires for us, ladies, but we have to trust and have faith in him. And though we may not see, physically anything changing now, but just we have to trust and know that he is working and that he is doing what he has promised us to do. And so, I know sometimes it's not easy. I know it's easier said than done, but when we find ourselves, seeking God for advice instead of seeking, advice from the world, things become much easier. Like, he has me now where I'm content with being single. And it's like, before, everybody wants to be in a relationship. Everybody, wants to have your significant other. But it's like, would you rather be in a healthy relationship and be genuinely happy, or be in a relationship pretending to be happy? And that's what I was doing. I was, dating guys and then jumping so fast into relationships. That was my big problem. Jumping so fast into relationships, giving myself away so fast without getting to know a person, just because I felt like I needed, just thinking about Jasmine's needs and Jasmine's wants, felt like I needed to give myself away to keep a man, just, and it's not right. But it's like, we think that because, the world has us thinking like, oh, you have to give yourself away and have sex so fast with somebody for them to stick around, for them to stay around. But it's like, would you rather be genuinely happy with someone, or would you rather be pretending, trying to put on this image for the world, and deep down you're hurting inside? That's the point I was at. Like, putting on a front for, social media, posting pics with the guy I was dating, like, oh, we were so happy and everything was so perfect and everything was so great. But deep down inside, y'all, I was miserable. I was hurting. Like, I would, just go home sometimes at night and just cry, just cry myself to sleep, because I knew like I deserved more, and I knew I wasn't happy, and I was just allowing all these things to occur, allowing, cheating to happen, allowing him to disrespect me and talk to me any kind of way. And it's like, just because I didn't want to be single, I was scared of being alone. But there's nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with being alone and to yourselves, because that is a time where we really find out who we truly are. Being to yourselves and having time to yourself, that's where you truly find out who you are. And that's where we set our standards and we put our foot down and we get our voices back and we get back authority, because you can't do that being in a relationship. You get so consumed and wrapped up and you know, and who you're with, especially with dealing with insecurities. And I had a lot of insecurities. I had trust issues. Like, I had insecurities with my body and my weight, and, you know, thinking I had to do this and that, and, you know, to keep a man. And it's like, it's not right. And, you know, sometimes guys will play mind games with us and, you know, make you feel like you're crazy or you're wrong, you know what I'm saying, just for coming with them, because questioning them about certain things and insecurities that you have. And it's like, guys do what we allow them to do. If we are sitting here allowing them to cheat and play these mind games with us and letting them think it's okay, they will continue to keep doing it. We have to put our foot down and say no more settling, no more lowering your standards just to say you're in a relationship. And sometimes, you know, they'll try to, you know, I guess, you know, give materialistic things, and it's like, none of that stuff even matters, because when we're dead and gone, we can't take any of that with us. It's going to be left here to rust. We can't take none of the materialistic things with us. So it's like, you know, they'll go cheat and do whatever, then come home and try to buy you your earrings or your rings or your necklace, and then you go flaunt on Facebook like everything is so perfect, when you know really deep down it isn't. And we can only pretend but for so long. Like, who wants to keep pretending? Because when you pretend, you have to lie, and then it's like lie on top of lie on top of lie, and it's like, that is so draining. Who wants to continue to do that? And I know I got to a place where I didn't want to anymore. Like, I didn't care what nobody think. I didn't care what the God think. I didn't care what the world thought. Jasmine was unhappy, and Jasmine wanted to get her happy back, and Jasmine did just that. Like, no more settling, no more lowering your standards, no more accepting disrespect, man. And that is the biggest thing. If we're allowing guys to disrespect us, we are disrespecting ourselves. We aren't loving ourselves genuinely. And that's why it's so important for us to be single, because when you're single, you have time to truly love yourself, and you can't fully give yourself in a relationship if you're still battered or still having insecurities from an old relationship, because you haven't had time to love yourself. You know, just getting out of one bad relationship and jumping right into another one with a different guy, but then the cycle repeats itself. You're with someone else, but they're cheating on you again, they're lying to you again, they're putting their hands on you again, and it's like, is it worth it? Is it worth losing your happiness? Is it worth losing your joy? Is it worth losing your peace? It is not worth it. And it's like, you know, sometimes you're home alone, and then your phone rings, or you get a text message from you know, somebody in your past that you used to hang out with or mess around with. It's okay to block that number, and that's what I'm doing. Like, a few months ago, this guy messaged me, and I already knew, you know, what his intentions were, because our relationship was based on nothing but sex. Like, we just honestly hit each other up just to have sex with each other. So when, you know, months went down the road, we didn't speak, and then next thing I know, here he is texting my phone. Like, and I already knew what time it was. I already knew that his intentions weren't good, but basically he just was like, Jazz, you know, what's up, or whatever. And then that kind of led to, can we hang out, can we chill? And I had to stop it right then and there. Like, I said, no, I'm good. And he was like, oh, what's going on? You married now or something? And I was like, yes, I am. And then I said, I am married to Jesus. And then I blocked his number, because we have to stop giving guys access. Like I said, they will do what we allow them to do. If we allow them to think, oh, you know, it's okay to hit her up, you know, just to have sex or whatever like that, because they're in the mood or whatever, then they're going to continue to do it if we allow them to. It's time to put our foot down, ladies, and stop. It's time to stop, man. And I have to tell myself, like, it's not just about sex. It's about how a guy treats you, and how he genuinely cares for you, man. You know, it's like, okay, we get in our moments and in our feelings, but it's like, if you grow closer to God, he will take all that away from you. Like, who wants to be in a relationship where you have to continually question yourself and if you're good enough for a man because he's out there cheating on you, when you could just be to yourself and have a peace of mind and just have a pure mind and a pure heart growing closer with God, because he doesn't want you to be unhappy. He doesn't want you doubting the man you're with. He doesn't want you crying, having those late night cries. God wants us to be happy. And he wants to find us most in our singleness. He wants us to be single, because that's where he wants to find us most at. When the noise has stopped, when the crowd has stopped, and you're just home alone in your room, that is when you should seek God the most. That is where he is waiting on you, not when your face is all beat and you're out partying and having fun, but when you are at your darkest, lowest moments. That is where God is wanting you at the most. We could put on this beautiful smile for everyone else, but he knows deep down in here what is going on, and deep down in here what is going on. And he wants to change all of that. What you thought you were doing that was perfect for you or better for you, what God has planned is better than what we thought we had planned for ourselves. And we just have to get outside of ourselves sometimes and just give him complete control and let him do what he wants to do, because I'm telling you, it's so much better, man. It is so much better. It is so worth it. It's worth the wait. And I know God has me waiting, and I just had to come to the realization, like, Jazz, it's worth better than what than what I thought I wanted, than what I thought I had planned. It's worth the wait. I don't want to keep letting the cycle repeat itself, jumping into these relationships so fast and not getting to know a person. Then months down the road, I'm looking at them like, who the heck are you? Like, confused. Like, you were just so sweet and loving and caring. Now you just turn into this totally different person, and realize, like, I allowed it to happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you saw the signs, you saw the red flags, but you just kept ignoring them. And then it's like, you're at this point where you're just miserable. And God does not want us to be that. We should not be in a relationship and be miserable, man. We should be genuinely happy and at peace. And I was not at peace. I was not happy. I was, like I said, pretending. And that is so draining. It is so draining. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? The question is, are we genuinely, truly happy in these relationships that we're in? Is the lying worth it? Is the cheating worth it? Is the abuse worth it? Is the disrespect and the neglect worth it? And I would find myself questioning, like, a guy, like, what did I do? Or what was wrong? You know what I'm saying? And then they would just give, like, answers that wasn't answers. Like, if that makes sense, like, answers that wasn't answers, so my mind could keep doing this, and I could keep having insecurities and doubting myself and questioning, am I good enough? You shouldn't, if you have to question yourself in a relationship, then that is not the relationship for you. And I'm telling you right now, it is so worth the wait of being single. And God wants, he wants us just to come and talk to him and just tell him what you want, because he is going to do what he promised. Like I said, it may not happen right then and there, but he is going to do what he has promised, and it is going to be so much better. It's like, I would love to get married one day and meet the man of my dreams, and a man that's going to love me for me, and that's going to love me genuinely, and that's going to love my daughter as his own, and God knows that. He knows my heart desires, but right now is not the time for that, and he knows that as well. And I'm saying it is worth the wait. Whenever the time comes, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be happy. Like, I'm going to be so excited, because I know it's going to be nobody but God bringing this man into my life, because he had me waiting. And it may take years down the road, but it's going to be so much worth. It's going to be worth the wait, because whatever God has planned for us is worth it. It's worth us being happy, genuinely happy. It is worth us having peace. It is worth us having joy. It is worth us having a fulfilling heart, man. And it's like, like I said, it's not easy. It's not easy sometimes, ladies, you know, because everybody wants, you know, and we're so stuck on social media and seeing everybody else happy and getting married. But it's like, your time is not now. We are in seasons. And the season for me, you know, for me is not now. And the season for you may not be right now. But we just have to say, like I said, trust God and have faith in Him and be patient with Him. Be patient with Him, because when everybody else is gone and you know you've gotten into an argument with whoever you're dealing with and they're gone, God is always there and He will always be there. He has always been there. And I just want you ladies to understand, like, it is okay to be single, man. It is. And stop letting the world tell you it isn't. Stop feeding so much into the negativity of it. It is okay to be single, because I honestly would rather be single and alone than in a miserable relationship where it's draining you and you're losing yourself. Like, that's not fun at all. And so, ladies, I hope you were able to, you know, take something from this video and just really, like, dig deep down within. Like, if you're in this bad relationship right now, I just hope you take, you know, just listen to my words of encouragement and just take my advice. Like, your happiness and your joy, your peace is worth much more than any disrespect from any man. And you being single is worth much more than that. And so, you know, I'm just so thankful to be able to do this, because I used to be, you know, feel like I was never able to vent to anyone. And it's like, I can vent to you ladies and encourage you ladies and encourage myself. And I'm just so grateful and thankful that I was obedient to what God has asked me to do. And I hope I was able to reach, you know, some ladies out there and really give them some good advice. And I hope you guys accept it and take it for what I say. I'm not trying to come off as if I'm so perfect and I got all the answers, because I'm still finding myself and I am still encouraging myself along the way. So I'm just thankful to be able to do this, and I hope you guys subscribe to my channel. I'll be here every Sunday night, 8:00 p.m. I hope everybody has a blessed day and a blessed week. Bye. See you guys next time.